back to Razmavsor channel. Today I'm going to show you a halberd hawk or tomahawk or early spike tomahawk. So this is a transition between halberd tomahawk and early spike tomahawk or hawk, and you can see it here. I'm going to explain both varieties to you. So first of all, let me start with halberd or battle axe tomahawk. A variety of tomahawk is, as you know, halberd tomahawk, which is named after a European pole arm with the same name, halberd. Halberds were pole arms, or which were used by Europeans. They had an axe blade with an opposing spike or hook, and they had a crown on top of them with a spear point. They were mounted on a long haft, so it was developed as a weapon. It was developed as a weapon, halberds, in the late 14th century. Halberd tomahawk developed early in the 18th century, and it was, as it seems, it was of British design. Specimens which have survived, or which is up to date, come from the area of New York and New England, where we obviously have had British influence, and where British influence was strong. There are some examples, or very few examples, which are known to stem from the southern Great Lake area, and this is a sign of migration of these tomahawks that were taken from New England and New York down to the area of Great Lakes. Halberd tomahawks were forged differently compared to other types of hawks. They were usually forged from one piece of steel, and were quite thin, and they were light. There are examples made in two or more pieces, but these are instances where the blade and spike were usually forged separately from two or three pieces of metal, and then welded to the spear point and shank, which were made from one piece. But they were really sturdy. The whole hawks or halberd hawks or tomahawks were sturdy weapons. The halberd tomahawk was the spiked tomahawk or hawk, which is the case here. It's an early spiked tomahawk. The use of hatchets and axes with spikes on the poles as fighting weapons was quite common, and among naval boarding axes. But the British seem to have been responsible for introducing such a weapon with a spike pole to the Native Americans, or the area where Native Americans live. Halberd tomahawk did not last very long. It lasted maximum 50 years as an active life of a weapon. Later on, they were replaced, and the replacement I'm going to explain now. Similar to halberd hawks, spiked hawks were also used where the British settled, and the spiked tomahawk served well as both a tool and a weapon. The spike was useful in driving small holes, in also loosening ground, in forcing openings, and also, of course, it was used as a weapon. The weapon you see here is this early spiked tomahawk, or also late halberd tomahawk or early spiked tomahawk. You see it has a very well-made blade. It is a sharp blade, of course. It has also spike at the end. What I really like about this is the handle of it, which you can see it allows you to handle it very well because it has a curved handle at the end and makes um, different attacks possible when you want to use it. The spike of spiked tomahawk allowed the use of a backstroke, and it allowed the deep penetration in the target area. And there are also many records of very devastating use of the spike, not only the axe blade, in warfare. Here I'm going to show you some techniques. You can see that you can have a diagonal strike. Look at the way the axe, the hawk moves. It is very effective. And you see it from the other side, also a diagonal strike, downward strike. It goes very fast, very well. Now I combined double strike like a figure 8. So you can see from the other side figure 8, and here from the other side again. Look how the axe or the hawk moves. Right, so it is very effective. I'm using the axe blade, so I really advise you to be very careful because this is a sharp axe, so you need to be careful when you handle such a thing, so at your own discretion. So you see that even 4 strikes is possible. You can move very fast. You see that? And now here backstroke, you see that? I go with one diagonal and a backstroke. So from the other side, the same thing. Backstroke is allowed due to the handle, the curved handle. You can move it extremely well. You see, you can come here and again backstroke and then come back with another axe strike. You see that with the blade, you see, go one axe blade, one backstroke and axe blade. It moves again very fast. Really love the speed of this. Also downward strike, vertically, and upward strike is possible very well if you come into a close combat. You can also use the spike actively by turning the axe and also striking as you wish. So this is even possible to turn the axe and use the spike because the handle allows it very well to use it at any direction you wish, as a backhand or backstroke or as an active strike with the spike as well. Here you see that you can use again other strikes. You see that it goes very well. You can also punch with it. Thank you for watching our channel, and please subscribe to our channel, and see you soon. Right? So very